Hi there, Capricorn. This is going to be your reading for the month of May. So I hope you connect with it. So if you are a sun sign, rising, if you have your Venus, Moon, North Node, or if you have a lot of planets in Capricorn, this is for you. Please only take in what resonates and leave the rest behind. Maybe there's just a little message that you need to hear, and that's pretty much it. And that's totally fine. For some of you, I could be saying that it's maybe you that is feeling this way, but it could be maybe your significant other or somebody else's energy that is around you that is going through this situation. But you can switch that as you can switch that as you see fit. I could be saying that maybe it's work, but for others it's love. It's a whole Capricorn collective, so it's not like a personal reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can go ahead and comment your info or email below, and I will contact you. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started. For the month of May, what is coming up for Capricorn? My cards have been pre-shuffled, and I meditated on them, and just so I don't have to be shuffling while I have your attention here and not bore you to death. I'm trying to get to the point, and that's pretty much it. What I'm sensing here for the month of May for you, Capricorn, the overall energy that you are embodying, it's the Hierophant. So maybe for some of you, maybe you're going to take a training, something that's already structured. Maybe there is something that you're wanting to learn, or if it's spiritual, maybe there's something that you are wanting to seek. You're wanting to seek more information. You're wanting to maybe get your hand get your hands when in your spirit, and maybe working on spiritual oh my god, I lost the word. Being a little bit more spiritually knowledge for, or religion. If it's religion, you're wanting to get more into church, whatever that religion you are. Maybe there is more knowledge that you're wanting to know. There is a spark here of you seeking more knowledge of something. For others of you, it could be wanting to get into a higher commitment, or wanting to commit to something. So again, it talks about maybe you taking that path, and maybe in going towards that path that has already been structured, and taking the higher road to knowledge, to learning something, to crafting something, you know, mastercraft something, learning something masterful. Maybe it's a certification for somebody. For another person, it could be maybe that you are seeking more in a spiritual sense, or maybe in a mind space. You could be seeking out somebody that's elder, somebody that is already wise, somebody that already knows the knowledge, somebody, or maybe for others it could be somebody that you're needing to talk to, maybe seeking counsel, seeking help. So it could be many things for many of you, Capricorn, here, and you can take that as you see fit. But that is what you are gonna. You're in search of something. You're in search of learning something more, wanting something more, right? That is what is coming up for you. Now, maybe as far as your recent past, what I see here is with the Hanged Man here, the Two of Swords, and then the Seven of Coins, you went through a moment where you didn't there's certain things that you didn't want to see in whatever situation. It could be love. There is a lot of pentacles here in the whole reading, and this could be more emphasized in more work and material gain, and anything that has to do with money, or even like something that's structured. something that you can build. So it's more, it could be maybe you're worried about money this month of May, or wanting to grow something. Yeah, so maybe expanding. So in the past, in the recent past, it looks like maybe you were just kind of seeing how things would work out in a certain situation. There was maybe choices that you know that you need to make, and you were not trying to see certain things, whether it's maybe changing a job situation or a place of work. It could be you were just stuck in suspense and seeing how things are going to work out. There was a sense of you knowing in the recent past that you of what was going to happen. You know, like with the hangman here, like there is a light right here that's coming over the flower. I forgot what flower this is, but there is a sense of knowing where things were going to go. You were just kind of like wanting to wait things out maybe for a minute and see how things would turn out. And you know, usually they turn out the way that you know that they're gonna turn out, right? So there was it there it was it's a time to just, it was a, you did the right thing. Maybe in a sense you didn't want to make that hard choice that you needed to make, but after maybe sitting in your thoughts and just being in suspense for a moment, there was a time where you maybe went a little bit more within, you know, to taking off the blindfolds and kind of seeing what is growing in your life, and what area, or if it's work, love, whatever, you know, what area, what is being fruitful, or is this even growing here. So maybe that led you to where you are now. Maybe there's something that fell apart. Maybe that's something you feel like something just kind of crumbled to pieces. Maybe if it's your job, there was maybe a job loss here with the 5 of coins, or maybe there was just a financial loss here, that maybe you invested in something that just kind of didn't go anywhere. I'm picking that up too, maybe because there's a lot of pentacles here. There could have been maybe somebody that you collaborated with, and things just fell apart, just didn't go anywhere. And it left you at a loss, maybe loss of money. That could be another thing. Something that you worked so hard, and there was a lot of hard work and dedication and mastercraft that you put into this situation, or that you're putting into this certain new thing that you thought would grow, and it totally fell apart for others. It could be something like that. If it's a relationship, maybe there was a lot of work that you put into a relationship, into a person, into something that you thought was going to be fruitful, and it ended up that it didn't go anywhere maybe, and maybe things just fell apart. And now you are just left out in the cold. You feel like there is not much to do here, but maybe changing your mindset can help too. As far as your near future, you have a 3 of coins here. So there's somebody that maybe that you need to work with, or you're going to be working with, and it's going to lead you to a new material gain. So maybe for you, it'd be wise to team up with somebody, or maybe change the I don't know if it's the job situation, or you know, teaming up with another company, maybe if it's that, or just teaming up with another person and working together to build something structurable. I do see if you do work well with others, and you kind of build together and are at the same you know, mindset, you can build together and build something that's really abundant here, something that's new, and that's gonna bring you monetary gain. And I also see the sun, with the sun card here. You're going to be able to celebrate this gain. You're going to and you're going to be able to celebrate with others, and make money from it. Also, what I'm picking up here too is maybe take the time to celebrate, and yeah, take the time to be able to celebrate and maybe have a good time, and not think so much about money, but also take the time to shine, maybe going out more, celebrating more, commingling with others, maybe, or maybe mingling with other new people as well too, and putting yourself out there. There's an emphasis here of like you need to put yourself out there to, and then be able to work with others. You also got recovery, so maybe there is somebody in your space, in your energy, or maybe it could be you that you are recovering. Maybe you were not feeling good, and there is a you also pulled the guilt card, so maybe there's something that you feel guilty about. Maybe I don't know if it's somebody around you that you didn't help much, or you felt like you couldn't be there and you feel guilty about. But we can only do so much, so maybe just try to do what you can. Maybe you were trying to be everything to a certain person, and now it's time for you to recover for some of you. Maybe it's time for you to, I'm picking up for others, it's time for you to take a break, and maybe it's time for healing, and not, maybe there is a sense of shame here that you have been feeling here, and it's time for you to take a break and just recover from that. Take the time to forgive yourself, and know that nobody's perfect. None of us are perfect, ever. So yeah, have that forgiveness for you, for others, and not be so judgmental towards yourself or even others. That's what I see here. And then you also got Elder. So, and you can screenshot these cards too. So like that you can, this is something that you can think about as May is going on, and maybe it's something that you can connect with. Maybe it's something that you need to connect with, or ask yourself certain questions, right? So you got the Elder, and you have cycles, wisdoms, and ancestral healing. So yeah, just like I said earlier, there is maybe you need to recover, you need to heal, maybe even spiritually, and maybe that's why you got the Hierophant card here too. Maybe you're seeking more wisdom in spirituality or religion, or you know, you're wanting to do things right because there's a guilt that you feel here. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. But what it's asking you to kind of ask yourself in the month of May is what wisdom is waiting for you in the patterns of your lineage. So maybe there is something in the patterns of the way you grew up, of the way that you were raised, that need to be changed, and you know, you need to recover from those patterns, and it's time for a change, and not feel guilty that you, because a lot of the times what we end up doing, like for instance, like I always said, I'm not gonna grow up doing these things because this is what I hated when I was a kid, and I tried to break the pattern, but what ends up happening is like we end up in the same cycle, right? So always being aware of what we need to heal and where we need to grow, and making sure that we're not repeating the pattern, even if it's in different ways that we thought that, you know, I don't know why I'm saying this, but that we thought we were not doing. Maybe self-reflecting, and then just growing from that, right? I hope that is making sense. Also, you got Lavender. So with Lavender, you're gonna have more you're gonna see more clarity. You're gonna be a little bit more calm. It's a time to take a rest, maybe, and or maybe have a little bit of lavender in your workspace too. That can also be something that can be a little bit calming for you. Something that you can ask yourself as well is, what would you hear if you allowed silence to speak first? So take the time to be in silence, and not be so much in because it feels like right here you're doing a lot of work. You're working a lot. You're there's a lot of action taking, because the Pentacles talks about work and seeing what needs to change. And sometimes it's okay to just allow silence, maybe you know, at night, and letting silence in and see what it's speaking out to you, what your gut is saying, what your heart is saying, what you're feeling, and maybe let that guide you as well too. Those intuitive nudges, right? So that is what I have for you, Capricorn, for the month of May. I wish you nothing but the best. And let me know if you connected with this reading. I hope you have a successful and fruitful May. Stay blessed, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.